Imagine this. You're holding that iconic red British passport, the one that's supposed to open doors around the world. But for years, one massive door has been slammed shut. China, the economic giant that's been off limits, without jumping through endless hoops. And just like that, in a move that's shaking up global travel, the UK has cracked it open. If you're watching this right now, whether you're a business owner eyeing new markets or a traveler dreaming of the Great Wall, you need to hear this because your next trip could change everything, and it's happening sooner than you think. Welcome to UK Visa Update, where we dive deep into the twists and turns of international travel for Brits, making sure you're always one step ahead. Listen up, folks. This isn't just some minor policy tweak buried in the news. This is a game changer that's been years in the making, born out of high-stakes diplomacy in Beijing. Picture the scene. The UK Prime Minister touching down in China for the first official visit in ages, shaking hands with leaders amid flashing cameras and walking away with a deal that flips the script on how Brits access the world's second-largest economy. But hold on, because while the headlines scream freedom, there's an urgency here you can't ignore. If you're planning that family reunion, that crucial business pitch, or even a spontaneous adventure, time is ticking. The old rules are crumbling, but the new ones aren't fully in place yet, and one wrong move could leave you stranded at the airport, passport in hand, dreams dashed. You need to know the full story now before you book those flights, because this opportunity could vanish if tensions flare up again. We're talking about a fragile bridge between two powerhouses, and it's up to you to cross it wisely. Let's rewind a bit and unpack how we got here, because understanding the background is key to grasping why this feels like such a breakthrough. For decades, UK-China relations have been a roller coaster. Think trade booms mixed with political storms over human rights, Hong Kong, and tech security. Back in the day, travel was straightforward, but as geopolitics heated up, barriers went up. By 2018, the last time a UK PM visited China, things were already cooling off, with visa requirements tightening like a vice. British citizens, proud holders of one of the world's strongest passports, found themselves treated like outsiders when it came to China. You couldn't just hop on a plane. No, you had to navigate a labyrinth of paperwork, shell out cash, and pray for approval. It was frustrating, isolating, and honestly, it put the UK at a disadvantage compared to our European neighbors who were already waltzing in visa-free. France, Germany, Italy, they've been enjoying this perk for years, building businesses and memories while Brits were stuck in queues. This disparity wasn't just inconvenient, it was a symbol of strained ties, a reminder that politics can clip your wings overnight. Now, scale this up and you see the massive problem it's caused. China isn't some far-flung destination. It's a colossus with over 1.4 billion people, a market worth trillions, and cultural treasures that draw millions annually. For British businesses, the visa wall meant lost billions in potential trade. Think about it. UK exports to China hover around $30 billion a year, but experts say that could double or triple with easier access. Small firms in London or Leeds trying to source tech from Shenzhen or sell services in Shanghai were hit hardest. They couldn't afford the delays or the 127 fees per trip. Tourism took a nosedive, too. While Europeans flooded Beijing's Forbidden City, Brits stayed home, missing out on experiences that enrich lives and boost economies. And families? Oh, the heartbreak, divided by borders with weddings, births, and reunions postponed because of bureaucratic red tape. On a global level, this imbalance fueled inequality and travel freedom. The Henley Passport Index ranks the UK passport highly, but against China, it punched below its weight, leaving Brits feeling second class in a world that's supposed to be connected. The scale is staggering. With 50 other nations already visa-free, the UK was an outlier, a holdout in a club it should have joined long ago. This wasn't just about convenience, it was about opportunity denied, dreams deferred, and a nation held back. But let's get real about the human impact, because behind every policy are people like you and me, feeling the pinch in ways that numbers can't capture. Imagine Sarah, a young entrepreneur from Manchester who's built a startup around sustainable fashion. She's got suppliers in Guangzhou, but every visit means weeks of planning, handing over her passport to an embassy, and worrying if it'll come back in time. Last year, she missed a key trade fair because her visa was delayed. Poof, thousands in potential deals gone. Or take Mike, a teacher from Birmingham with family roots in Hong Kong. He hasn't seen his elderly aunt in years because the hassle and cost make short trips impossible. These stories multiply across the UK. Parents skipping graduations of kids studying abroad, artists missing festivals in Chengdu, foodies denying themselves the street eats of Xi'an. It's not just financial, it's emotional. Loneliness amplified by borders, ambition stifled, cultural exchanges stalled. And for the Chinese community in Britain, it's a two-way street. Easier travel means stronger ties, more visits home, less isolation. The human cost has been immense, turning what should be joyful journeys into stressful ordeals. If you're watching this and nodding along, thinking of your own missed chances, know that this change could heal those wounds, but only if we handle it right. Diving into the technical side now, because you deserve the nitty-gritty on how this visa-free deal actually works. It's not as simple as it sounds, and getting it wrong could ruin your plans. At its core, this is a unilateral commitment from China, meaning they're opening their doors without demanding the same from the UK. For British passport holders, it covers stays up to 30 days for tourism, business, or family visits. No more filling out forms detailing every hotel and flight. No more biometric scans at visa centers. No more waiting anxiously for approval. Technically, upon arrival at ports like Beijing Capital or Shanghai Pudong, you'll go through immigration like any other visa-free traveler. Present your passport, maybe answer a few questions about your itinerary, and you're in. But here's the tech twist. China's entry system is digitized with facial recognition and e-gates that scan your details in seconds. Your passport must be biometric, the e-passport with the chip, valid for at least 6 months beyond your stay, and free of any damage that could flag issues. The 30-day clock starts the day after entry, and it's strict. Overstay by even a day, and you face fines up to 500 yuan per day, detention, or blacklisting from future visits. Business-wise, it's limited to meetings, negotiations, and site visits. Anything resembling paid work requires a full visa. Tourism includes sightseeing, but not journalism or volunteering without permits. And technically, this aligns with China's broader visa policy framework, modeled after schemes for other nations, ensuring reciprocity in spirit, if not in law. The authorities' response has been a mix of celebration and caution, reflecting the delicate balance of this deal. On the UK side, Downing Street hailed it as a win for growth, with the Prime Minister emphasizing how it supports jobs and exports. During his Beijing trip, he didn't shy away from tough talks, raising human rights concerns over Hong Kong activists and Uyghur treatment, framing it as part of a mature relationship. Chinese officials responded with assurances of stability, positioning Hong Kong as a bridge, not a barrier. But critics back home, from MPs to NGOs, worry it's too cozy, potentially overlooking abuses for economic gains. China's foreign ministry confirmed the commitment, but stressed implementation details are forthcoming, urging patience. Travel bodies like ABT welcomed it, predicting a surge in bookings, while business groups like the CBI called it transformative. Yet oversight bodies warn of risks. Think FCDO travel advice, highlighting health protocols like mandatory apps for contact tracing or security alerts on data privacy. The response underscores a pragmatic approach: cooperate where possible, challenge where necessary, but always with an eye on stability. If you're gearing up to take advantage, here's your step-by-step guidance to make it seamless, because preparation is everything in this new era. First, monitor for the start date. It's not live yet, so subscribe to official channels like the FCDO website or our UK visa update alerts. Once announced, check your passport, renew if it's expiring soon, and ensure it's in pristine condition. Step 2. Plan your itinerary under 30 days, factoring in entry and exit. Book flights with flexibility. Use sites like Skyscanner for deals to major hubs. Third, gather proofs. digital copies of return tickets, hotel bookings via Booking.com, or business invites on letterhead. Fourth, tackle the digital divide. Download a reliable VPN like ExpressVPN before departure, as China's firewall blocks Google and social media. Test it in advance. Set up WeChat or Alipay for payments. Link your UK card if possible, or carry cash as backup. Step 5. Learn basics. Apps like Plico for translation or hire guides via Trip.com for offbeat spots. For business, network via LinkedIn beforehand. Join UK-China trade forums. If traveling to restricted areas like Tibet, apply for permits through authorized tour operators weeks ahead. And always get travel insurance covering medical evacuations, as China's healthcare can be pricey for foreigners. But what if things go south? Escalation options are crucial, especially in a country with strict rules. If denied entry, rare but possible, due to past records or incomplete docs, stay calm. Request to speak to a supervisor or contact the British Embassy in Beijing via their 24/7 line. For overstays, self-report immediately to local public security bureaus. Fines are negotiable if accidental. Business disputes? Use the UK Export Finance Helpline or Chambers of Commerce for mediation on human rights fronts if you witness issues. Report discreetly to Amnesty International upon return. Don't engage on ground to avoid risks. For tech troubles like VPN blocks, switch providers, or use roaming data sparingly. And if geopolitical tensions spike, have backup plans. Divert to visa-free alternatives like Japan or South Korea. Escalation means knowing your rights. As a Brit, you have consular access, so register with STEP, Smart Traveler Enrollment Program, before flying. Oversight concerns loom large here, and we can't gloss over them because transparency keeps us safe. Who's watching to ensure this deal doesn't compromise values? In the UK, parliamentary committees scrutinize foreign policy, with recent hearings questioning if economic perks blind us to abuses in Xinjiang or Hong Kong crackdowns. Human Rights Watch has called for conditional ties tying visa perks to reforms. On China's end, oversight is opaque, with state media framing it as goodwill, but critics fear it's a PR move amid economic slowdowns. Data privacy is a big worry. Entry apps collect biometrics. Ensure you're comfortable with that. Environmental oversight? China's pushing green tech, but travel emissions add up. Offset your carbon via schemes like Gold Standard. And business ethics: avoid sectors tied to forced labor, per UK Modern Slavery Act. These concerns highlight the need for vigilant oversight by governments, NGOs, and U.S. as travelers to ensure this bridge builds progress, not just profits. As we wrap this up, let me leave you with a spark of motivation, because this isn't just news, it's a call to action, a reminder that the world is yours to explore, one visa-free step at a time. Think about it. You've got that British passport, a ticket to adventure, and now China's doors are swinging open. Imagine standing atop the Great Wall at dawn, the wind whispering ancient secrets, or sealing a deal in a bustling Shanghai boardroom that catapults your career. This is your moment to break free from the chains of paperwork, to reconnect with loved ones across oceans, to chase horizons that once seemed distant. But it takes courage to plan boldly, travel responsibly, and advocate for a world where borders unite rather than divide. If you're watching this feeling that pull, don't wait. Start researching, reach out to networks, and dream big. Because in a world full of uncertainty, opportunities like this remind us of our shared humanity, our drive to connect. Thank you for tuning into UK Visa Update. Stay inspired, stay informed, and let's make the most of this new chapter together. Until next time, safe travels, and remember, the journey starts with you.